It's time to start celebrating the joys of summer, and the Altenew June release has everything you need. Hi everyone, I'm Rebecca Keppel, and in today's video I'll be sharing some new stamps, stencils, dies, and other things from Altenew to celebrate summer. Things like fruit, beautiful summer flowers, and more. Today's video is also part of the Altenew June release video hop. So be sure to look down below in the YouTube description box under this video to see all the details about how you can enter to win some amazing prizes. But for now, let's jump right into the card making, and I'll let you know what the new supplies are as we go along. Just quickly before we start the card making, I did want to share some of the new inks. This is the Sun-Kissed Delights Fresh Dye Inks color combination. There are 4 inks from lightest to darkest. This is the Blush Berry Bliss. It's also new. This is Pocket Full of Sunshine. Not brand new, but I hadn't been able to share it yet. This is Jade Dreams. These are also brand new. This is Green Valley Fresh Dye Inks, also not brand new, but so pretty I needed to share it, and Enchanted Garden Fresh Dye Inks. So lots of great colors for summer and even spring. I'm starting off with the Water Builder stencil and some Arctic ink and a large blending brush from Altenew, and I have the piece of cardstock in my stamp wheel and the stencil right on top, so everything gets held into place. When I peel that off, I'm going to rotate the stencil so that there's no white lines left, and this time I'll use a different blue. I'll do it one more time with a different blue and a different orientation of the stencil, and that's going to really give you the look of water and sunshine on it. This is the Sunshine Greetings press plates and dies. The dies cut out all of the sentiments. The 2 different sun rays do not have dies to cut them out. This is a Tangerine Dream ink from Altenew, and I'm stamping up the first sun rays that I'm going to use, and I've put it at the top of my cardstock. Now I have some Altenew black ink, and I'll use that for all of the sentiments, and I'll also use some sapphire ink with the sentiments because I just love the way it looks, and it's a great alternative to black. I'll use those dies and hold them in place with some tape and then cut them all out. Next, I have the Sandy Blush ink cube and an ink blending brush, and I'll just blend right over top of the better pressed sun rays that I created. I've trimmed down my Water Builder stencil a little bit so that it'll sit right underneath that sun rays, and then I have the Grateful for Your Sunshine popped up right underneath the sun rays. For the other sun rays, I'll use Lemonade Stand the ink cube, and I'll ink it up and run it through my Better Press machine. I love the different options with those sun rays. This time I'm covering up the sun rays and just underneath it with some tape, and then I'll do the Water Builder stencil right on the same panel that I better pressed those sun rays. I love this color. I love the stencil. It really does look like water, and there are so many different blues available in the Altenew Inks collection, so I just had fun adding a bunch of different blues and trying them out together. Definitely just what you have is definitely good enough. You could just use one if you wanted. Now I'm taping off the water, and I'm ink blending some icy lemonade on top of those sun rays, and I'll add Sending Good Vibes popped up, and then I have some enamel dots, and I'll add those around the sun rays and some clear enamel dots as droplets of water on the water. Next up, let's take a look at the Modern Leaf background press plates and stencil. So the press plate will cover an entire A2 piece of white cardstock or any cardstock that you're using. This time I'm using Shadow Creek ink to cover up the press plate entirely in one color. And then you can see I have the cardstock taped to the clear plate in the back of the cardstock. Now I'll place that inside my stamp wheel and then place this first stencil on top of it. There are 2 stencils stencils that you can use in this combination, and I'll just use a lighter green to blend some pretty color onto those leaves. Love that. Then I'm using Firefly and a small detail blending brush to add a little bit of extra look to the stems and the veins of those leaves. Now I'm using Grass Field to color just the edge of an A2 piece of white cardstock. I cut my leaf panel down to 4 by 5 1/4 and added one of those press plate sentiments that I die cut before. Remember that you can also use these press plates with your glimmer machine and use them with foil. So I decided that this modern leaf background would look gorgeous foiled in gold foil. I just knew it would. Look at that detail. It is so beautiful. So for this one, I'm going with a totally non-real color for leaves and doing kind of that sandy blush on top. I did not cover the veins because I wanted that foil to really stand out. I did cut it down to 4 by 5 1/4, matted on some white cardstock, and then I used one of the sentiments again, popped up, and then some sandy blush enamel dots as a little extra embellishment. For this water builder background, I will cut it down a little bit and use it along with the dynamic duo Fruitful Fun. This bundle comes with stencils, stamps, and dies. So you start with the stencil with this one, and it's a bunch of different fruit on this stencil. So I'm using a smaller blending brush to just get the lemons and the bananas in yellow. And then I have the Tangerine Dream for some oranges or peaches. I can't remember what they are. And I have a little bit of pink and red for the strawberries, and then a green for a couple of pears that are available. The second stencil adds stems and leaves and just looks so cute just as it is. You don't need to add much more. But the little stamps add some details to the fruits and to the leaves and stems as well, which I really like. Gives a really nice touch. And then the dies can cut them out. So you can use the background just as it is, or you can cut them out into individual fruits. They also have some sentiments with that stamp set and some dies to cut them out. So Thanks for Being So Sweet is one of the sentiments. I did die cut that so I could pop it up, and then I'll just have a row of fruits above the water. So just reminds me of all the things that I love about summer, the water and fresh fruit, and now a little bit of sparkle with some of those London Topaz gem sparkles. This is the Botanical Honeycomb 3D embossing folder and stencils. So first I'm embossing an A2 piece of white cardstock. You can see it's a beautiful background just as is, but the stencils that you can get along with it will allow you to color in all of the embossed images. So there are several different stencils, and there are ways that you can color in the petals in 2 different colors. The small flowers will be one, the centers will be one, unless you wanted to go in with detail blending brushes and do them all different colors. So this stencil also is one that you will rotate. So you can see I did half the honeycomb on the left of all of the shapes, and then I rotated it to do the honeycomb on the right. But there's also an area that you can fill in with a different color inside that hexagon. So I am just having fun adding different colors. I'm not really thinking too much about it here, so I probably could have planned them better so that it would really stand out, but I really do like these softer colors for this card. And I've stamped You're the Best and adding some gem sparkles in pink tourmaline and just to the centers of those flowers. Lots that you can do with this bundle. So this time, instead of using the stencil, I just embossed the background and ink blended on top of it. I have that Thanks for Being So Sweet sentiment again, and a few of the fruits that I didn't use completely on that first card that I created with them. So I'm just going to add them to the center of the card and pop them up, and then add some of the London Topaz gem sparkles sparkles all around the card for flower centers and tiny flower centers. I had so much fun creating with this release because I am so excited about all things summer. But I'd love to know if something caught your eye. Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget that this video is part of the June release Altenew video hop. So be sure to look at the description and details in the description box under this video and enter to win some amazing prizes. As always, I want to thank you so much for stopping by and spending time with me today. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you again soon. Made me so happy. I don't know about you, but okay, don't know about you. I had so much fun. Okay. Okay. Creating with this. Okay. One more time.